trying to think what else.
Do you want to like elaborate more on like why you take shrooms or what you like about shrooms, like instead of just saying that you do them?
I like briefly, I've been like very apprehensive on like podcast. Well, I want this to like I've been very apprehensive. Well, why do you take shrooms? Why? Or unless you don't want to talk about it.
No, I don't mind talking about it. Yeah, I think psychedelics are something, it's like a touchy subject because they aren't for everyone. Mm-hmm. Like, even though people like to say everyone should, you know, should open their mind to, I mean, like, psychedelics have been used in medicine, and like there's obviously something to it. Mm-hmm. That it's like a drug that we can like use to control our minds by like kind of losing control of our minds.
Yeah.
If that, I don't know if that means anything.
Yeah, it's like awareness, you know. Some girl in New York said to me, which I hadn't like heard a way of like describing shrooms like that, but after she said it, I was like, oh yeah, totally. She was like, oh yeah, she was debating taking shrooms. She's like, I heard shrooms, she's like very by the book, I heard shrooms make you smarter. And I thought about that. I'm like, yeah, they kind of do. It elevates your awareness. And what is intelligence without it being awareness? That's like what intelligence is seeing above yourself. And so like that's what shrooms does.
It gives you a different perspective.
It gives you intelligence. It gives you awareness. So it is like for that reason, as soon as I took shrooms for the first time, I think I was like 18. I don't think I was like that young, or maybe 19. And my brain immediately enjoyed it. Like immediately I was like, this clicks, love this drug. And it was the awareness thing. And as soon as I saw it give me awareness, I became kind of addicted to it. I was like, I'm going to use this now to find out things, because this is like a crazy, like from the earth, kind of legal.
It's not. But.
And that's what made me so enticed with shrooms is also too, I kind of ended up using it as a form of escapism a little bit. Definitely a little bit. But I don't know. I think for me with shrooms, it's just tapping into your unconscious. And that's so exciting. I love tapping into my unconscious. I did a shroom trip in London by myself, and it's funny because like I would go in with like intentions. Not really. I wasn't like doing it that seriously. Like I'm gonna have a rooted intention. I just would go and think about things and then see what would come up. And you find out all these other things that aren't that deep. And I actually never went to these like deep, hard hitting things of like things that are like probably really integral to my growth. But I found out a lot of things. Like I said this to my sister, I'm like deeply obsessed with beauty. And like I realized how painful my obsession with beauty actually is. Like I remember I said to my mom, I came back, I get the thing from the trip, I go, you guys never told me I was obsessed with beauty. Like why didn't you guys tell me this? Like I was the last to know. But it's like so obvious now. Like no, literally. And now it's just like so obvious. And of course I was a kid that was obsessed with beauty. I loved clothes. I loved this. I loved everything to be beautiful in my life. Like everything had to be pretty. And like that's just a lover of aesthetics in me. Like I really love aesthetics and I find value in it. But there's also beauty like within yourself that's like painful, you know, like the woman's like obligation to stay beautiful is painful. Beauty and pain are like very close to each other. So I like shrooms because it just makes you find out things about yourself. I think shrooms help me like ground myself a little bit too, of just like find out like it makes you, kind of brings you back to maybe who you really are, would you say? Or what would you say?
Yeah, I think that the thoughts you feel on shrooms or like think on shrooms are very honest. Like you can't like help but like they just like flow in a sense. Like even if you like are looking at someone and you're kind of like seeing negative things about them, like those are things you've probably like never realized you thought before. You know, you just like see it's literally giving you a different perspective, but it's still your brain thinking those things.
Have you ever like on shrooms like seen something, like looked at someone, you can't look at them the same?
Oh my god, yes. Of course.
Like what? Like what's an incident?
I don't know. I don't know like why like if it's a subconscious thing that you already were thinking about them, but like if you feel negatively about them in some way, like you will see it on shrooms. And that's like true. I've seen people where the first time I like tripped on shrooms, like I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was microdosing, and someone said it's chocolate and like it's just a small amount, which it was, but it was enough for me to like see like, you know, the walls moving, like just kind of a little bit of like a, whoa, like I'm on drugs. And I didn't know like what shrooms were supposed to do. I thought it was just to make you see weird things.
Yeah.
And I had like been drinking that night, and I was out with friends, and we were at a friend's apartment, and like he stood up and was like talking to us, and he stood up and he just like kept getting bigger and darker as he stood up. He just like, I was like, oh my God, like this person is scaring the shit out of me, and I don't know why. He's literally just talking to me, but it felt like he was just like leaning over me and like talking down.
Yeah.
And I felt like myself getting smaller. And yeah, but that was something that I think I felt like that was like an intuition thing that like I just felt that I maybe wouldn't have seen.
Yeah.
If I was just like out drinking with friends and you don't really care, you're not like looking to see that deeply into anything.
Yeah.
But you kind of can't help it when you're on shrooms. Everything just becomes like
clear,
deep and clear. Yeah. Just like there's no avoiding it, which is like also why people can be like scared or have like a bad shroom trip, I feel like, because like their minds can just like run with it, and then the anxiety that you know you get from that can turn into a whole thing. Luckily, I feel like we both handle drugs pretty well to where like we can control. We don't have to put this in, like, but we can like control like our minds enough to like use it for good.
Yeah.
Which not everybody can do. So like that's why I'm like, I don't think drugs are for everybody. Like psychedelics, I mean.
Drugs in general certainly aren't for everyone, and I've been like super apprehensive. Actually, when I started this podcast, I was like, the one thing I'm never gonna bring up is like my drug use, like, because it's kind of like I don't want
to like condone it.
I don't want to condone it, and like also too, I've been like very liberal about it my whole life, like since I couldn't remember. So that's not, and because I've turned out like not addicted to it. I'm worried like someone's gonna think it's fine to do those drugs because I turned out fine or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's just something in the back of my head of like, you can handle drugs fine. You were fine, at least so far. Who knows what happens down the line? But I don't know. All possibilities are open for me. But like that's now I actually got convinced by. Not convinced, Robin, I love you, but my sound person, my editor, was like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And I kind of was just like, yeah, like, she's right. Like, it's like, and I kept, like, in my podcast with Stella, I talked about shrooms, and I kept, like, a little bit of, like, the whole drug talk we talked about of shrooms, and I just kept the shroom part in, and I am now coming to the conclusion of, like, the people that watch my videos aren't, like, 14. Like, they're probably my age, like, or older. And, like, I was talking to also Jeff Wittick, and we were talking about the same thing because he brought up drugs on his podcast, and I was like, I don't know, like, because I could easily share so many stories, but like I don't know if that's what I want to put out. Like, I'm the girl that will try every drug. It's my brand. But yeah, shrooms I'm okay with talking about. Just because like I really do like, if I'm gonna advocate for something that's honest to me and has helped me, it is shrooms, and other psychedelics as well. I guess psychedelics, psychedelics. But now, like, I'm kind of at the point where I'm just like gonna be honest with that, and like,
I mean, shrooms are natural, and like, if I feel like it's a kind of a safe. Like, if you were going to try any drug, I feel like shrooms and weed are kind of safe to say, like, you're not going to get fucked up.
Well, no. I mean,
are they like...
Shrooms and weed is fine if you have, like, no pre-existing medical issues, because otherwise they are the worst,
That's
actually.
The thing is, everyone's brain is different. You can't say that, like, any drug is going to be good for you. Like, it could...
There's no universal drug that works for everyone. That's, like, why there's multiple things. But, if you have if you're not that anxious, I would say shrooms is really good for you. If you're not like...
I'm a very anxious person, actually. And I feel like shrooms has helped me with that.
You're technically anxious. Yeah.
Yeah. Technically anxious.
Because obviously we're not anxious in our relationship. I don't feel like you're anxious, you know? Like, you don't come off. I'm not like Scarlett's my anxious friend. Like, I don't view that of you. Yeah. But I do remember that you struggle with anxiety as well. Yeah. Yeah. Well, then that would completely debunk my argument. But I guess I'm more so referring to like the people I have talked to about, My position on drugs is don't do it. This is what I've always said since I was younger. Don't do it unless you really want to do it. No one's going to tell me to do a drug I don't want to do. I'm going to do it because I really want to try it. If you're on the fence, don't do it. Like, that's how I view it.
Yeah,
so the people
that are
like really scared of it, I'm like, just don't do it. You know, if you're scared of it, don't do it. You know, that's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
But to your story, I remember it was at Bozzy's house. I'll bleep this out. I guess I'm not putting any names really. At our friend's house, I think you were there this night. We were all on shrooms, and for a moment, like, I literally was like walking around and I felt like I saw everyone's true self. I was like, you're a theater kid. You're really negative and mean and dark. And I was like, you're just the exactly same. I was like this like clear scope of like everyone's true identity coming out on shrooms. And I still feel that way. It wasn't like I saw something that wasn't true. I think I saw something that was true.
It was just like an aha moment.
It was an aha moment where I was like, this is an integral part of who you are I've never seen before, but it's you, because they were on shrooms and they were just being themselves. And I was on shrooms and I was observing them being themselves, and it wasn't good nor bad. It was more just like truth of like, that's a theater kid and stuff like that. These are just like terms I'm using, but like obviously that's not like all they are.
Yeah.
But it was just interesting. I was like, damn, that is like a fundamental of like you specifically. I was like, you have that in you. You're not what you really present. Like, this is kind of in you a little bit. Like, you're not this kind of like suave but it was just like interesting. Like that awareness of shrooms, like you can really see, and you never really look at them the same.
Yeah.
Not in a bad or good way. Again, like it's just more so like
you just saw them from a different perspective, like a different set of eyes almost.
A different set of eyes. It's just like,
and yourself, like you said, like you realize things about yourself that you're like, why didn't I see this before? It's because it's like you're hearing the same thoughts every day. Like you have the same point of view. You're too close to the source to like really step outside and like see yourself or like how other people see you. Yeah.
It's so crazy how like close we are to ourselves that we're like literally none of us really know who we are.
No, like have no idea like what I look like, how people perceive me. Like like a lot of the things you say, I think you're like lying. I'm like, well, you only believe that to a certain extent. Yeah. You know, like I don't know, like my brain, like I have like this idea of who I am, and like.
What would you say that idea is?
Oh, I don't know.
In your best description, like.
Let me think about this. Like.
No, think about it.
Do you have like an idea of who you are?
No, honestly, not
like,
really.
That's the thing is like I have ideas. Like I have like things that I like when I'm acting a certain way around people and I get comfortable. I'm like, oh, you're doing something that everyone's clearly annoyed by. A lot of the time, it probably isn't that way. Like I think it's just anxious thoughts. Like
how do you think people perceive you? Like when you think about it, because you say like, I don't know how people perceive me. I don't know this. Like we don't know. But like, what's your best guess? Like,
I think. The things that I hear the most consistently in my head are like the negative things. Like when I get annoyed by myself, I'm like, oh my God, this is something that everybody hates about me. And like, you know, I don't think there's any good way to explain it.
It reminds me of like when you talk about hangover anxiety.
Yeah, that's what I'm like kind of referencing.
Yeah.
It's like I could have like a really fun night. Like I literally like had the best time, and I go home and I wake up and like alcohol always ends up like triggering anxiety. Like the next day, like once like the liquid courage has like worn off, then it's like all the anxiety I postponed to the next day from that night. So I like feel it all in the morning, and that's a really common thing. I will like see the whole night from a different perspective where I'm like, oh my God, like you said way too much in that moment, and like I think that person, like now I remember like their reaction differently than like how it actually was. And just small things like that where I wake up and be like, oh, stop. Don't even think about last night. But I'm like, I had a good night. Yeah. But like my brain just goes and ruins it for me. Yeah. And convinces me it wasn't that great. And I wasn't acting the way I was supposed to. I just like judge myself so harshly.
That's normal. That's so normal.
Yeah.
To like get stuck on like everyone's thinking about this when like in truth no one is, you know?
Yeah. They're all worried about themselves.
Yeah. I think it's tough too. I remember I did a podcast with Benny, and he asked like, do you ever think about how people perceive you? And I rewatched it recently. And I like saw him ask that question, and I was just like, I've actually like really never thought about how I come off.
Really?
Not really. Like and I said that in the interview. I was like, no, because as long as I'm getting like no negative reviews. And that's actually how I feel. As long as I'm not like really fucking up my like life. Like,
So
I don't
as
know.
long as you don't like hear it, like as long as someone doesn't like,
as long as I'm not hearing
not, like-
negative feedback, or you know when you're like out, you know when you can tell like you're not doing great or whatever, someone's not doing great. Like I'll pick up on the most minuscule thing of like of like a passive aggressive comment where I'm like, oh my god, do people think like that? If I'm not getting any of those, I'm not thinking about it, to be honest. You know? That's why I was like, I wonder like how other people believe they're perceived. Like I have no idea how I'm perceived, but I don't really want to think about it. Like it's almost like it like kind of like it's something I don't want to think about.
It's just harmful. It literally does no good. Like wondering how other people perceive you. Like as long as you're not like a mean, if you're not like a mean person, you shouldn't be thinking so much of like what other people think of you, because then you're just gonna like spiral into like, I don't know,
also
self-deprecation. Like,
how do you land on the right thing? It's just like, it's such a like open-ended question, like of like,
yeah, there's a lot of people out there with different opinions.
It's just like as soon as I think about it, my brain just goes gray. I'm like, I don't want to think about it. It's so much to think about, like for that, like literally, I'm just like, that's so much information to think about of how you're perceived that I just don't want to do it. That's like the best way to explain it. Like I just don't want to think about how I'm perceived. Maybe it's an avoidant thing. Probably it's probably me avoiding wanting to know, or it's just mere something I'm not that fascinated in. I'm assuming it's something I'm not that interested in. I would care if I was getting negative feedback, like real negative feedback. And as you should care, you know, if you're harmful to your community, if you're causing harm, you're one of the bad ones, not even a normal one. You should probably figure that out. That's at least think about how you're being like coming off.
That's fair.
Yeah. Some people really should think about how they come
off. It's the people who really don't care that are the ones that should care.
Yeah, the people who don't think about it. I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's fucking what I'm saying.
I'm done. I'm killing it, man.
People love me.
Yeah.
That's so true. Perception's interesting.
Yeah, like how much of it matters.
Should we smoke a little bit more and see what happens?
Oh, that's perfect timing, actually. The battery just.
With the middle one still running, right?
Yep.
Hee 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 hee.
That was terrifying.
Sam is such a comfort person for me. Whenever
Sam-
we do these things,
Sam
I
might
don't
be
know
the
why.
best person in the world.
She literally might be like essential to this whole thing.
Sam might be an angel, like from Sam. I don't even get how she's real.
Thanks, guys.
No, Sam, I'm being serious.
No, I believe it too. That's how I feel about that's how I feel about my sister too.
I'm like the worst sister ever.
No.
No, I literally don't know how she like.
You're definitely not.
She like kills me with kindness. Like it makes no sense. Like
It's nice listening to you guys.
It's what listening to us?
It's nice listening to you
Oh,
guys.
is it?
Yeah.
should we do the rest of the pod here?
Should we? Yeah.
The director's cut. You actually want it? I can adjust the cameras.
Yeah, let's do it. We start playing cards.
Like poker with a joint hanging out of our mouth.
No, let's just see where this podcast
So, Rogie, wait.
Do you want some more?
Yeah.
Your nails look nice.
Thank you. These are very non-lesbian nails.
Those are non-lesbian nails. Like, does Emily hate those?
No, she will not let me cut them. Well, not that she won't let me. She, like, loves them.
Wait, she likes the feeling?
No. It's like, she's, like, willing to sacrifice.
Let's see.
I'm back. I fixed my makeup.
It looks great.
Thank you. Looks kind of like shit. Podcasts are the only time, like, I, put foundation on. Cause
translates better on camera.
well, cause I first tried it with just doing my normal makeup routine. I was like, oh god, I can't do this.
I didn't put foundation
No,
on.
but you're like different. You'll be
No,
fine.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. You'll be fine. You're like an angel.
Thanks.
You're welcome. We decided to finish the podcast on the floor. Or do the rest of it on the floor. What were we even talking about?
Psychedelics. What's the what's your biggest takeaway, like, from psychedelics? Like, why do you think have psychedelics like helped you in life at all?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say they've helped me. I love psychedelics.
I love psychedelics
I said it
too.
once, so say it again. I love them. My biggest takeaway. Well, if I'm ever having like a really hard day, or like I'm a big escapism person. Let's start there. Mm-hmm. I love escapism. I think a lot of people do. Well, escapism is just survival. It's like a symptom of survival. And my biggest one is imagination. It's my favorite. And you can really go there on psychedelics. It really elevates it for you. So I like, if I'm ever having like a really hard day or like a really bad day or an emotional day, I just go to the park and take like a bunch of psychedelics and just see what happens. Sometimes it's really bad. Like I've had 2 times where I'm like, this might be the worst day of my life. Like literally,
You've had bad experiences alone?
No, it wasn't having a bad it was just more of like an existential crisis, like by myself, where I was like, and then also my Uber wouldn't fucking come, and so I was just like, and then there was people started coming around in the park, and I was like, this might be the worst day of my life.
Any like inconvenience, I feel like, can just trigger a spiral.
No, literally, I was like, this is, but it like, I'm trying to think like why I like them. It just allows me to put my life on pause and go somewhere else. And I just get to truly immerse into a different situation where I'm like me, but I like, it's like the purest form of me. It's like me as a kid. I low key, like, it feels like I'm a kid again. I'm sure people feel similarly.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm like literally 7-year-old me. And I just get to like walk around the park. Like sometimes I talk with accents. It's probably sharing too much.
Give us an accent.
Please, for the love of God, give us an accent.
Literally no chance.
The park is got to end with that. That's the end of it.
Yeah. And I just love nature as well. So like, it really just like, and I used to play in the park a lot when I was younger, so I think it just kind of reminds me of being like alone by myself at the park, which is like, I just am like doing exactly what I did when I was young. There's a ravine right by our house, and I would always go to this ravine. I'd go with Sophie a lot, or I'd go by myself, and then I also had a tree house, but it wasn't like this tree. It was just like some part of the tree house that I like to sit in, and so it's just like nice because I think like my favorite parts of like growing up are being with myself in nature. So I get to literally like be myself as a young girl again. It's probably not, I don't know if it's healthy or not, but it feels really great. So I just continue to do it. But I love it. I like literally just get to like, yeah, I don't know. I just get to be a little girl again, and like nothing matters. And like I'm just here, and like nothing matters. Like I just get to like enjoy this space by myself and like lay down and talk out loud if I want to talk out loud. Like it's just great. I don't know. I love psychedelics for mostly tapping into the unconscious and the ability to use it for escapism. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that like most people would like advocate against using like drugs or alcohol to escape.
Right. Probably will take that.
So just do that responsibly.
Yeah, I should probably take this out.
But no, I think kind of like what you mean, like as adults, like the magic wears off because everything you've done, you've already experienced to a certain, like not everything, but like, you know, you've already like seen trees for the first time. Like you've already like everything you do is kind of just like
done.
The novelty kind of wears off because you've it's not new. And then like psychedelics do give you like a new perspective, like we were saying. So like then it kind of becomes like fresh again, like when you're in nature. And like, you know, people always like go to nature to do psychedelics for that reason, because you're like, whoa, the trees, like they're you're seeing like the same things but like as if for the first time.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah. No, that's another thing actually. Shrooms made me fall in love with nature again. Like I had a really big connection with it when I was young. Like that's what Sophie actually would say. And now I think I lost it a little bit. Like when I grew up and moved to LA, I like never really would go to the park. I just kind of like fully forgot about it and like fully forgot to appreciate it. And now it's like full force back. I love going on walks. I have to go on walks, and I have to go to the park at least once a week, at least. Like, I love it. I really do love being outside. And if I had never taken a psychedelic ever in my life, I actually don't know if I ever would have really rediscovered it, especially this early. Maybe in my later life, I would have started doing that again. So that, it kind of, I think shrooms also too, makes you realize what you actually like. And like, it kind of reminds you of things about yourself. At least it did for me. Like, it made me realize, like, just things about myself where I was like, this is just who I am. Like, this is just, I like this.
Yeah.
I'm attracted to this. And, like, shrooms just make you realize, like, you like this. Yeah. This is you, you know?
It's very honest.
Yeah. Those are, like, kind of my main, like, takeaways from it. What would you say?
Yeah, I love having a new perspective. And, like, I like that, I feel like just, like, being in the same brain all the time, like, can just kind of, I just got really high.
I also want to, like, do some sort of, like, disclaimer of, like, that, like, not everyone should do them or something.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it at the end. Or, like, a title card.
I don't want to make it that dramatic.
You can just say it right now.
Yeah, I'll say it right now. Well, one thing we will say about psychedelics and drugs of any sort is, like, use them responsibly and don't do it unless you want to do it. And really think about it and do your research on what it is. Educate yourself as much as possible before taking any kind of drugs, especially psychedelics. Psychedelics can be quite a lot for certain people, so use responsibly and don't be influenced by this podcast at all.
Yeah.
I just, like, you know. That
no, yeah. Which are all things we said, like, while we were talking about it. But
I'll
just to, like, kind of make sure
just to make sure we have that footage, too.
There's a huge rip in my pants.
Scarlett has a rip in her pants. How did you rip them?
Just carrying this dump truck around.
You low-key do have, like, a really bad ass. For, like, your weight class? I don't know why I said weight class. For your weight. You have a fat ass.
Thanks. I don't believe it.
You, like, objectively have a big ass. What do you mean? You have, like, a bubble butt. It's, like, so sick that you don't have to work out for a butt. That's, like, really, like, that's a gift from God himself.
That is where I gain my weight. But then it's not cute if I don't work out. Like,
no, it still is cute. It's not like...
It's so cute. Not to toot my own horn, but...
My butt's not cute if I don't work out. I have, like, no ass. I have to work out for...
That's the one thing I work out. It's not like a not cute butt, though. It's just, like...
It's just really small.
Everyone's butt is better if you work out.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, I need to, like, get back into that. I don't work out. Neither do you, right? You don't work out?
No, it's been a really long time. If I do work out, I'll do, like, at-home stuff.
I do at-home stuff.
On the floor.
On the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, again, my self-discipline just, like, isn't there. And, like, after, like, 20 minutes, I've already, like, laid down for 3 of the workouts because who's going to know?
Yeah. I'm actually more motivated by myself at home, like, than I am in a class. I used to do Soul Cycle and shit like that. Oh my god, I can't keep saying I used to do Soul. The last time I did Soul Cycle was probably 5 fucking years ago. I've been in Soul Cycle forever, but that was probably, like, the last time I actually went to, like, a scheduled workout class. It was probably then, honestly. So I much prefer, maybe it's because of the commitment thing. I can't commit to a gym workout.
It's hard, yeah, for me too. Classes and stuff.
Yeah.
Are hard to commit to, but also, like, I feel like once I'm there, I get such a better workout.
Most people, like, say that. Yeah. I actually will hold myself accountable here, like, when I work out here. Like, I actually really want to do it all right, because otherwise it's just, like,
pointless.
I'm only doing it for me.
Yeah.
So I'm just, like, if it's not, like, if I fuck it up and don't do the last thing, I'll actually go back and do it, because I'm just, like, I'm actually doing this to get stronger. So, like, why am I cheaping myself out?
Yeah.
But that's what the pandemic actually taught me. I got, like, into working out at home, and I actually kind of stuck with it for the most part, a little bit.
I should start doing stuff again.
You don't need to work out.
No, but I do, because, like, I feel like everyone should to some extent. Like, I don't like, you know, just, like, moving your body in general, even if it's
moving
not
your body
like,
for
how
sure.
you look. It's, you know.
Moving your body is, like, genuinely one of the best things you can do as a human being, I think.
Yeah, it's like, therapeutic. It's, like, it affects your mind. It affects everything.
Yeah.
It's, like, knowing these things, too. It's, like, such an easy fix. Like, why don't I just do that?
Also, your coordination as well. Like, you have better coordination, like, as you get older. If you, like...
That explains a lot.
You know?
Yeah.
What?
I have no coordination. Just, like...
Do you not move your body that much? Is that why?
Yeah, not recently.
Yeah, that's a solution to your problems.
Yeah. Got a lot to work on. Got a lot that I have to go home and do.
I have a lot to work on. At least you're in love while you
got
do
homework
it.
now.
But you're in love while you do it. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you have to do this alone.
See, for me, I'm like, I'm in love, so I don't have to do anything else. Like, I did the one thing that
Is that
I needed
how you look
to do.
at it? You look at it like
I think so. Like, I think that's when like...
That's so, like, simple.
Like,
Yeah.
I can just focus on loving this person.
Yeah, kind of. Like, I find motivation in it because I, like, want to be a better person for that person. I'm like, they love me as I am. So, like, what do I have to do?
Yeah.
You know?
Interesting. A lot of red flags. Just kidding. No red flags.
It's true.
Only green flags.
It's okay. You don't have to lie.
What does your shirt
It's a
say?
little yellow. It
Hustlers?
says, we're skate here.
Hysterics.
It's hysteric glamour.
Nice.
Oh, you know what a book I love is it the 7 people you meet in heaven or the 5 people you meet?
7 people.
7 people?
Well, the one they turned into a movie, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did it?
They turned it into a
I've
movie.
never seen it.
It's really good. That movie, like, changed me, actually.
That book
Do you feel
changed
it?
me.
Yeah.
I've read it so many times.
I'm trying to think of the movie I watched most. Embarrassingly, might be The Girl Next Door.
You loved that shit.
I love that movie. Did something to me. I think it was the soundtrack. The soundtrack of that movie like really resonated with me. I like really just loved every single song, and so I just love that movie for that soundtrack. Whoever edited that, great job. Like whoever did the soundtrack on that, wow. Also, I love the premise, and I watched it when I was too young, and because it was about the porn industry, it like was like, this is inappropriate. Like I can watch this. Like,
Yeah, it had an impact on you.
I was just like, wow, like this is cool. Plus the girl, I think I also like it because the main character, the girl, is married to the captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So
The what?
you don't know what the Toronto Maple Leafs are?
No. Is that?
You don't know what the Toronto Maple Leafs are? I'm going to enunciate. What?
Oh, the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Do you know? So you do know what they are?
Is it a hockey team?
Yes.
I just took a shot in the dark there. I thought you were saying the Toronto Make Beliefs.
Oh, no, yeah. Toronto Maple Leafs.
And I was like, this sounds
made
like
up.
this would be a Canadian fucking thing. Everything about Canada is mythical, I swear to God.
The way people view Canada is crazy.
Wow. One of my favorite explanations of it, it was like, I don't know, you guys are just there.
I mean, they've got a
That's
point.
so mean. That's so mean.
And I'm half Canadian, technically, so
Are you? Oh, yeah.
I know it's true. I know that they're there.
Yeah. Canada's cool. Canada's a good country.
It is.
I can always flee if things get tough over here, too.
Yeah. Same. That's why my mom kept her Canadian citizenship. Did she? Or like something that allows us to all move.
Probably,
if she
yeah.
wants,
How do you think your girlfriend would describe you?
Ew, I don't know.
First reaction was disgust.
I don't know, because like she says nice things.
Let's hear it. Let's list them off.
No.
This is good. This is good, I think, for you.
I don't think so.
This is good. It's good to acknowledge.
That I think she likes me.
That's nice. Like or like?
I think she like loves me.
Cool.
I think it's hard for like any like girl who's known they're gay their whole life to date a girl who is bi or like has been with men. Like it's almost like if you were dating a guy who like used to date guys. Like I don't know if like you'd be able to like look past it because you're like, but you had like a dick in you. Like it just kind of is like, you know.
Yeah. Well, technically, it probably did. And I could look past it.
You think so?
Could I look past?
Would that be a deal breaker?
Like,
it's like if a guy has been with other guys.
I honestly wouldn't really care. I wouldn't care as long as I knew like and felt intuitively that they preferred girls. Like than guys, because obviously I want to be with a guy that prefers my gender. Like I'm cool if you've experimented or were bisexual, but I want you to prefer ending up with. Or are you asking if they were completely bi? Is that what you're saying? Or would I
was kind of asking if in general they had been with a man, but like
I could
also,
get past that. I wouldn't really care. To
but
be honest.
also if they were completely bi and liked both. Since you love this topic, I feel like you ask me this every day. Like, so what's like? Tell me something about being gay. Literally, she'll FaceTime me, and that's the first words out of her mouth. I can't even tell you how many of the last phone calls we've had have started that way.
It's like a title for like an awful memoir or something.
I kind of am doing it like as a joke.
I know, but I know you also like mean
No,
it.
I genuinely am curious. Like I want to know. I'm so interested.
It's
one
just
of my
like a new
best friends
topic
is
for us.
gay now. I get to get excited about this. Like, this is so interesting for me.
Yeah, no, I think it's just great to be curious.
I want to know also too, like what it's like from being straight your whole life to being like that.
Yeah.
Is interesting.
You don't have to make the transition out of necessity. It's not like you're not like things aren't working out. You're like, maybe I'll have better with women.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I had pretty good luck with men, honestly. Like, I think it's just a preference.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Like, I think that's I hate you.
Literally every guy is obsessed with Scarlett, including me. All
the head guy.
This guy right here, obsessed with me.
She's your mom. She's your number one male fan.
I wear a lot of hats.
Oh my god, you really do. You really do. You cover all the bases. It's crazy. And that's love.
Scarlett said something that stuck with me and then it started making me insecure about like my podcast. She goes, when I talk to you, I feel like I'm talking to like my like, I forget the adjective you use, but old grandma. Like blank old grandma. And I go, is that what my podcast is like? Like,
wait,
am I?
what?
Oh, you said this like 3 days ago.
I did?
This week for sure.
What was this? Do you remember what in reference to?
No, it was like, it was
something right there. Yeah, got it.
What was it? You said something like, I don't even know. It was just like in the middle of the conversation. You go, yeah, like I'm talking to my old grandma. It's great. Or something like that.
What? That does not sound like something I would say.
Well, you said
It's the old before the grandma that's throwing me off.
It might not have been old. It could
Like
have been
my old
stinky.
grandma. That was it for sure. I definitely called you my stinky grandma. No, I think it's because you were like, what? I think you got.
Hello.
Oh wait, no, I had something I wanted to say. It's in reference to the gay thing. That's why we started talking about that. No, something. This is just what I wanted to tell you. Because I was like, oh, I can answer Charlotte's question. Like, you know, I'm always gathering information to tell you whenever you next FaceTime me. So I was like, next time she picks up the phone, goes, so tell me something gay. I'll be like,
right on.
What I've discovered is how many guys have a lesbian fetish. No, this is not like new information, but I mean like an unattainable lesbian. Like it's like a challenge. Like how many guys are into like Emily, and like how she gets hit on by men, like maybe equally as much as I do, even though it's obvious that that's not what she's into.
That's interesting. I would assume they wouldn't actually.
Right, and like most guys would be like off, like not on the radar. Like she clearly isn't gonna. I'm not gonna get anything back from this. But there's been like multiple guys now who have like pursued her hard while I'm around, again, because like we're two girls in a relationship, so you're allowed to just like be disrespectful.
Yeah.
I'll just say, did I tell you about that guy? Who we were like leaving a bar and he was like talking to us a little bit because we go to this bar all the time, and he was like, yeah, like, you know, always lets us in like without like checking our IDs and knows at this point. And we were just like making conversation. He was like, yeah, like I need you to help me find a girl, you know, like I need someone like help set me up with one of your single friends. And we're like, yeah, for sure, like we'll like think of someone. Like no way in hell. But and he was like, I want someone like her. Talking about Emily. I was like, so gay? And he was like, yeah. What? Like I like me a gay girl. And I'm like, so like bisexual, clearly, if she's gonna, and he's just like, no, I like the challenge. He's like, I like a girl, like she dresses like a boy, looks like a boy.
Is this like a
that's like my jam, that's my type
thing? Like,
and we were both like, oh, is this like a fetish or something? And he was just like, yeah. But he's like, don't worry, like maybe I could just hang out with you guys, like maybe we could all just like, you know, I'll take you guys to dinner, like we go to like the pier, you know, like you guys can be like that couple and I'll just be like the straight friend that you touch up on. Word for word what this man said to me. talking to two girls who are together saying, I'll just be like the straight friend that like, you know, I'm like, is this what you think we like fantasize about? Is like,
What are you guys linking up?
yeah. Oh, we exchanged Instagrams after this. I'm not
You
gonna
changed?
lie.
Oh my god.
Not like
Well, you had to. At that point,
no,
I
we
guess.
were
Yeah.
cornered. It was
Yeah, you
like
were cornered.
had to get out of this situation. But I just think that's so interesting. It's like it's not like a one-off experience we've had.
It's interesting because it sounds almost like just like a non-consensual thing. Like, I want to sleep with you because you really
don't want to sleep with me.
Yeah, and I'm
It's-
gonna make you love it. Maybe.
Yeah, I would
This
hope.
is
I hope
just for
so.
me.
That's like
Yeah.
somewhat
Yeah.
in there.
I mean, at least he's like asking. Like clearly he wants us to like make that decision.
Yeah.
But it's just like
I don't know how to feel about this one.
oh, and I don't feel good about it. But that's just yeah.
Something
It's
that
not just like
exists.
girls who are curious about it. It's guys. Like it's guys who are kind of like, this is like an interesting dynamic. Like also she's like a beautiful girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's a beautiful girl who likes to present like herself in like a more masculine way, but she's still like a hot girl.
Yeah,
Like
she's androgynous for sure.
she
Yeah.
is androgynous, but like yeah, because she chooses to be. You know, like she kind of
even
wears
without.
like
I think she'd still.
I mean,
be
but like have you seen her
androgynous.
with like long hair and stuff? Like
Yeah, no, I saw we saw photos, but that's
Yeah.
like her. That's why she's so beautiful, is her androgyny. I
Well,
think
yeah,
the most
yeah,
beautiful
that's true.
people in the world like tend to be androgynous. To be honest, like feminine looking guys are like the prettiest
Yeah.
fucking guys, like the most like, and then like kind of like androgynous looking ones like Angelina Jolie, stuff like that, kind of like Emily.
You think Angelina Jolie's androgynous? I guess
She has like the deep,
Yeah.
like, cut jaw and stuff. There's things about her that are,
I think it's
can
like
be
intense
a little,
features.
Yeah, it is.
Are more masculine in a way
Yeah.
instead of soft features.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think those are some of the most beautiful women as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I think Emily's like so striking, is because she's like androgynous.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
she just leans into it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But yeah, so it's like an interesting dynamic that I just have never been like a part of, like never seen before. So it's like interesting seeing all the ways that other people like approach that relationship.
Yeah.
Well, like the moral dilemma I always ask everyone is the goat situation. You know that one, right?
No,
Would
we're
you
not.
What is the goat situation?
like, would you rather have sex with a goat but nobody knows about it? Or would you rather not have sex with a goat but everybody thinks you have?
I already know the answer to this question. You.
I
go
would
first.
rather not have sex with a goat and everybody thinks I have. Yeah?
This one.
Damn.
She would rather have sex
I-
with a goat.
I understand
He's
why.
crazy.
I understand why someone would choose that route because like you
It's a
would not be
secret
able
you
to
die
lead
with.
you would not be able to lead a normal life if everyone thinks that you fucked a goat. So like you'd have to live with yourself knowing you did that.
Yeah. One is like shame from society. One is shame from within. We're choosing.
Yeah,
we're
which
turning internalized shame.
Yeah.
Eventually you can get over the shame.
The internal shame.
Yeah.
I mean there's therapy for that, so
Yeah. Time heals.
maybe
all
I would fuck the
Time
goat. I
does
don't
not
know.
heal all wounds. It's not true. Time does not. I don't think.
Elaborate.
Okay. You're. What if you're? This is.
I think it just lessens them. I don't think anything really goes away. That's
if
trauma.
you ever deal with trauma, it's always there. That's so time doesn't make trauma go away. Trauma like
But what if you deal with the trauma of having sex with a goat?
no, but you say now we're on the argument of time heals all wounds.
Oh,
I'm saying
okay.
that
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that's true. Solely based on the evidence of if you don't fix your shit, you will have you're very negatively impacted by your trauma over time. That is trauma. Trauma is like I watched this lecture on I don't even know what it was on. I think it was something to do with trauma. And it was talking about like what trauma actually isn't the event itself. Like sure, when it can be that like the event is part of the trauma, but it's actually the time afterwards and the way in which you deal with it for all the thread you sew throughout your life. That's the trauma. Like that's actually what trauma is like how you deal with it throughout your life. So that's over time. So things
Yeah.
actually all over time get worse a lot of the time. I think the notion of time heals all wounds applies to like kind of like fleeting relationships, I want to say. And like you kind of let things go, and like you learn to accept like people and things like that. That's where I think that like saying comes from. But I don't think it's like true objectively.
Yeah.
To say all is it's mighty. It's a mighty claim.
Yeah. It's a strong statement.
Also too, like pain is always there as well. Like pain like stays within you. I was talking, one of our friends' moms passed away recently, and I was talking to her the other day because I started watching White Lotus for the first time. I've never seen it, and so that Jennifer Coolidge, is that her name?
Coolidge.
She's the best. She's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Her character's mom dies, and she's like there to spread her ashes, and so in that there's a scene in which she's talking to like one of the masseuses, and the masseuse is like this masseuse like comforts her by saying like, my mom died also like 4 years ago and I'm still dealing with it. And like my real mom's mother died a couple years ago as well, and she lived a full life. And like our mom's still dealing with it. And then I started talking to her, me and Scarlett's mutual friend whose mother died, and I told her about the White Lotus episode, and we started talking about like loss and just like the significance of your mother. I think it was her dad, they were like cleaning out, I'll ask her permission to post this, but they were cleaning out like her dad, like part of like their garage or whatever, and her dad starts like getting emotional and being like, you would have loved my mom, talking about his mother, and he's like in his late 70s talking about his mother who died like 40 years ago, but that it's your mother, you know. It's like that pain like stays with you of like, yes, it's like technically the most natural thing that happens. It's like it's something we all have to endure, losing our mother, unless you have like we're unfortunate enough to go before your mom dies, but it's inevitable. We are all going to have to lose our mother, but it's because it's so deeply ingrained in our identity. It's like this unavoidable. I'm assuming it's similar to your dad, but obviously mother is like a little stronger. It's like because you were carried in her stomach for 9 months. That like pain, I don't think like ever truly goes away. Like of knowing, and that's like
you feel that loss every day. Like you feel the absence.
Yeah. Well, it's like you like you can heal totally, but like that absence, exactly, like if it's not there, like is always accessible. So I don't think like pain ever actually goes away. It's always there. It's just deciding what you focus on, you know,
I think
and
that
to not focus on the pain.
Just become more accustomed to it, so it seems more like bearable over time.
Yeah,
I feel like with any like you were saying, like relationships, like time just goes on and it just seems like so like insignificant over time. But like, that's just a different kind of relationship, one that goes way deeper, because most people, I mean, again, we're talking about like someone who's had their mother in their life, or like maybe even not, but like had some kind of relationship at some point with their mom. Like it's just it's a relationship that you have to like accept that that's no longer someone you can like go to. Like it's like there's not even the option for it anymore. So like even if you didn't have a relationship with your mother, or like your father or whoever you lost, it's like just not having the option to like have that comfort, I could imagine. Like I have, you know, no experience in that, but like just from what same with like my dad and my mom, they both lost their moms. And like I think it's always probably gonna feel like yesterday for them.
It's also too like we were also saying, like, even if let's say you were adopted and you were put up for adoption and you get 2 new parents and you're raised by these 2 new parents your whole life, but you know you're adopted, you have never met your biological mother. Like if you found out she passed away when like you were a kid, you know, like you know this biological mother's out there and then she passes away, I don't know, like that would, and you never even met them, like you would still care. Like that's like still
probably
right.
And
that's crazy. Like you shouldn't. Why would you care? You never met them. Like you.
I think it's like an identity. It's like someone.
Exactly. That's the point. It's like it doesn't. You don't even need to meet them. But it's like so wrapped into who you are, because it's like your identity. So it's just like a trip.
That's a good point, actually. And there's so many like your whole life is kind of like a search and ways to find out who you are. That's such a big piece of it. You know, like
where you came from.
And And like who you are and like what you like and
Like their history is your history. Like that's your family tree. Like the connection to like everything that happened before you, your biology.
Mm-hmm.
and like the whole reason that you're here.
Yeah,
Is
because of all that happened. Just like happened to happen. Like these random people fell in love. Like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's something I should probably take into consideration a little more.
Yeah, you knew this though. I feel like.
Well, yeah, I
you've
know
always
it
been like.
Say it again.
I feel like that's something that's always like affected you is like knowing that, but then the struggle of like
Not being close.
not being like, or like not even like wanting to, like something like holding you from wanting to be.
Yeah.
In a sense.
No, that's the, well, I've learned now in the last 2 years that it is integral. Scarlett's referring to the fact that I'm not close with my family.
Yeah.
No offense.
Sam's like fixing the camera for us.
My sister's here, and my sister's literally like the best person like I think that's ever existed. Like it doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. I like don't know how I got so like it. Like me and mom. I was talking about it with mom the other day. Our mom's visiting us. We insisted she come. It's been like.
Is she still here?
She's still here. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you guys want anything from Starbucks? She asked.
Do you want? Anything
Oh, she's
from
coming
Starbucks?
and visiting us here?
Yes. Oh, this is awkward now.
Wait, why is it awkward?
Because I just said I'm not close with my mom.
Oh, she's like, can I watch that tape?
No, she wouldn't take it. She knows.
Yeah.
I'm not close, you know.
Yeah.
But tell her chai frappuccino. But tell her we're not ready yet. She can't.
Maybe 2 of those.
Do you want a chai frap?
I love a chai frap. Do you get the extra chai in it still?
An extra pump? I
Like
go
you
from
get
time
the
to time.
venti, but like you can't with
Sometimes
the
I'll get a
small
pump of vanilla. Like,
Ooh,
it's
a
crazy.
vanilla chai.
Yeah, it's really good.
You wild
it's just
girl.
Like sugar. Like it's literally just like
Yeah.
it's like
How much like half an hour, Kevin?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
going for 3 hours and 15 minutes.
But yeah, Scarlett's referring to the fact that I'm not like super close with my family. And that this year I realized that's a problem because I started to get really sad. I think I started without like me knowing, without my control. Like I started getting like really not depressed. Like I wouldn't say depressed. I would say deep sadness. I just couldn't stop crying. But I don't know if it was because I'm not close with my family or I'm sure that's part of it. But or just like cutting myself up from a lot of sources of like nutrients is like the best way of putting it. Like I cut myself. I was like, I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. And then just like said that to myself and really thought I didn't need it. Like I would have passed a polygraph. Like I like really didn't think I needed anything or anybody until like the last 2 years. So that's where I've started to come to these realizations of not realizations, but more so just like seeing truths. I guess that's kind of a realization of like how integral your family is to your identity. And if you never attached to your mother, let's say, if you didn't attach to your mom, you have a hard time knowing who you are. And like you have a hard time seeing yourself truthfully. And to know who you are is to actually like, I mean, maybe it's too late, but attach to your mom, you know, and like have that kind of like, if it's an option, you know, if that's there. So yeah, that's it. That has over the last 2 years been something like super interesting that I've like to pay closer attention to, of just kind of like identity, like mirroring things like that, to better understand like how I reconnect with myself as well. Yeah. But I'm like so much better now. This was like
you think so?
Yeah, like I don't think I'm like perfectly like happy. It sounds so sad, but like I think you can be genuinely happy. Like whenever I'm happy, no part of me is like faking my happiness. Like sometimes I see that scares me. But I think you can be genuinely happy but also not completely content in your life. That exists. I think that's actually like 80% of people. I think a lot of people are like not completely fulfilled in their life, and not everyone gets dealt the same cards as well. Yeah. You know, like I think me and my sister both are missing the same things, and are both as well. I think my sister would agree. Happy people. We are just missing things that if we were given them would probably feel more fulfilled. but life goes on. The
Yeah.
show must go on. and we're doing it, and it's fine. And yeah.
And if you were given those things, there would be other parts of your life that would
Totally, yeah.
maybe be like the forefront of your issues.
Yeah.
But like because this is like the hardest thing that you're dealing with, it becomes like
Yeah.
you know,
Well, it's like
huge
not
part of
yeah.
who you are.
Yeah, it's not even like something like the hardest thing like we're dealing with. It's just like something I've noticed I have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because I don't think of it as like an active thing of like, oh, I have to like get over this, even though I do kind of look at it in a weird way. But it's more so just like, I think any person that like grew up with any kind of adversity, which is most people, I think, like can understand that not being completely happy or completely fulfilled, and it doesn't have anything to do with you. It has actually the opposite. It has to do with like the cards that you were dealt, because you can try your best to be happy, and it might just not work, you know, like
Yeah.
you can be super appreciative for like all you have, but if you don't have fundamentals, like I guess like a root part of happiness is like being passionate about something that can make you really happy. That makes me really happy. Like I'm passionate about what I do, and it makes me so happy that I get to do that. But I'm missing like outlets of like love, which I know, but like that's kind of that's the last thing on my list. So because I don't really think I need them that much. But if people go their life without love long enough, which is what I've kind of done, it starts to catch up with you. So now it's like, oh, this is something I have to just deal with now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think that the cards you're dealt determine like your level of being, like the level you can reach of happiness.
No, I don't think so either.
Like I think like, you know, like even the people who have had like virtually no adversity in their life can be like the most unhappy people you meet, you know? Like the people who are handed everything, a lot of the time they're having the most struggles with like satisfaction because they're just always given what they want. So like they don't have to, I mean, we've also struggled with this on a minor level of like just being given like a very easy life compared to what most people have to deal with.
Yeah.
With their jobs and everything. But yeah, I feel like you kind of have to work through things to feel like fulfilled in those aspects.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, pain is like relative, and it's relative to everyone. And like, yeah, some people with like the worst fucking hand in the world, grew up with no running water, might be the happiest person and happier than a fucking Beverly Hills housewife. It's probably actually how it is. Because
this probably is how it is, yeah.
Where you place your values, that's where it comes down to. And I'm sure a lot of people watch the documentary Happy. I watched it, and they found like the happiest people. I think it was in Denmark or like Copenhagen or something like that, somewhere over there. And it was because it was these people that lived in community like housing, so they lived with like other families, which I found so interesting, and it makes sense. But because we're social creatures, and just like having that sense of community is really powerful. So if you like, you can have like and work through a bunch of things, and you know, like choose to deal with like you could have no adversity and just choose to put all of your emphasis on materialistic items, and you will become unhappy. You will. It's trying to understand what's important, putting your value system in that, and hoping you can figure out how to allow yourself to value the right things. Maybe you have a hard time allowing yourself to even value them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's completely up to, that's where I put in a personal accountability. I'm like big on a personal accountability. Well, just because I believe everyone has it, and like you can be dealt a certain hand just in life, and life is obviously like ridiculously stacked, like completely unfair. Like it just is like but there's an aspect that you can like take the wheel into your own hand and like decide how you're gonna look at it. You know what I mean? So yeah, for that reason, yeah. But yeah, some of the most unhappy people are like the most spoiled people in LA.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh,
this
God.
is also like a known thing that when you have everything, then like where do you go from there? You know, like there's always
like
more that you can
purpose.
Yeah. I think that there's just like always more to be had if what your goal is to be like wealthy or successful or have all the best stuff, as opposed to like
what helps me is like having really good, fulfilling like relationships with my friends. Like I have like really good friends in my life, and like no toxic friends. Like I know toxic people, but they're not like my best friends. And like being okay with like not being friends with them and like not really like caring, letting people go. So there's like things you can fully do that just make you happier as a person. Just do them all and see what happens.
Yeah.
But then what my point to wrap this into like what I was initially saying is like, you can do everything, like be grateful. That's a huge thing. A lot of people don't have gratitude for their lives and like take everything for granted. So be grateful. That's one thing. Like be really grateful for who you are and like your ability to even walk. Like, you know, one day we're not going to be able to like be this young. Like it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Like that's like a huge like blessing that we can like move like this. Just that. And that's just one. So like being grateful, you can be grateful if you decide to be, and you can surround yourself with good friends. But then there's certain things regardless, like even the friend thing to some people that's out of their control. Like there's things that are just simply not up to you. And if you don't have them, sometimes it makes you sad, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So that's just where your environment comes in, like your circumstance, like where you can do every single thing you can, but there might always be like a sadness in you.
Yeah.
But that's life. Like that is the human condition. Like I would assume every single adult that's probably ever lost someone really important to them, or like gone through an insane hardship that like they still live with to this day, or has gone through some sort of illness or anything, like they would tell you they probably live with some sort of sadness as well. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, it's really hard to be 100% content, and you can focus your energy on a lot of things, but
it's almost impossible. I feel like I don't think that like we're conditioned to be 100% satisfied in our lives. Otherwise we would do nothing with it. Like we wouldn't try to be like strive to be better. We wouldn't like have built all of like the buildings that we've, you know what I mean? Like we wouldn't have like evolved as humans. I think that like we've evolved to not be satisfied.
Totally.
And humans are hardwired for like a little bit of pain and suffering.
Yeah.
And we as a species like that. Like the reason why like workout places are in business. Like people are really paying money to like have like refined suffering.
Yeah.
Like the benefit. Like,
yeah.
She just brings Planet Fitness into this. Just slanders.
I think like the goal isn't to be like satisfied, it's to find peace, you know, and like have peace with your life, and like that's kind of it. And like, yeah, I think it's just peace and gratitude, because also with what peace is like acceptance. And like even my friend Sophie, who's into like Buddhism, she's gotten more into it recently. I'm going to butcher this. I've watched maybe like 10 podcasts my whole life on Buddhism, so I know like literally nothing. And I'm going to butcher this. Literally, Duncan Trussell's the only person I watch on Buddhism. Am I even saying it right? I don't even know.
Yeah, I think so.
But it is like all about like emptying and like and just pretty much like radical acceptance of your life. That's like the Buddhist way. And I find that really interesting, because it's like, obviously you don't have to become like a Buddhist to like practice every single thing that they preach, but there are things that you could take away from every religion that's like really great. And just radical acceptance is like literally the fastest way to what's the word for it's not severance, but it sounds like severance, like to salvation. Is that the right?
So yeah, salvation's a word. What was it?
Is that the right? Is that the?
Use it in a sentence.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe this isn't right.
It is a word.
It is a word.
You got that far.
It's like what was I just?
What's it supposed to give you? Radical acceptance.
It's like radical acceptance is like the quickest path to, and then it's like Nirvana? Peace and harmony, kind of like Nirvana, but more
Samadhi?
more
serenity.
Not serenity, but it's
trying to think. Yeah.
It's like something like that. I can't remember, but you know what I'm talking about. We're having a ball.
I know. This is a blast.
If you were to teach a course on something, like what would it be? Like what are you most qualified
Ooh,
for?
if you were going to teach a course on something, what would it be?
Thanks, Sam. But I only have boring answers. I don't think I'm qualified for many
no one in
things.
this room qualified.
Yeah. Can you go? You go first.
Mine would be how to let certain things go. Certain things.
Okay.
I'm like really good at not caring about things I don't want to care about. If I don't want to care about it, I will never look at it again.
Yeah.
And it won't even cross my mind. Like, it's like gone. Like, I think I'm really good at letting things, like disconnecting. I can disconnect, like, that would be my course.
Do you know how disconnecting?
How to disconnect. That would actually probably be my course. Oh my god. Yeah, probably. That's the one thing I really know how to do. Like,
that's pretty good. That's a pretty valuable course given the era.
It's valuable. Yeah. It is valuable.
They probably would think they were signing up for a different a different course than what they would get, but all of a sudden they all leave dissociated, just like floating through life.
Meet at the park on shrooms.
Yeah.
We just wave and never talk to each other. What about you?
Hold on. What's on my...
I'll think of a better one in case I don't want to come up too insane in this podcast. I've already kind of blown it.
Okay, I'm gonna just ask you the same question, but like, what course would you see me teaching? Since I don't know who I am at all.
Let me think. I would honestly go back to like how to ignore the red flags. I'm just totally kidding.
The art of loving.
No, it would have been something in that bracket.
I like Sam's better.
Let me think. I would. You're really good with tolerance. How to like?
Okay.
I would say that you can tolerate a lot.
I can tolerate a lot.
Almost too much.
Yes.
For my taste, as your mother.
Yeah. And my stinky grandma. Okay, I'll take it. I do tolerate a lot in a harmful way to myself sometimes. So maybe I shouldn't teach a course in that, but it could help for people who like have a very low tolerance.
Well, that's mine's not great either, but I could help.
Yeah, right. It's like it's like maybe an unhealthy amount, but it is a skill nonetheless.
What do you think I would teach besides disconnecting?
I'm trying to like find the wording. I know what I want to say, but like I mean like just like diving into like going internal or something, like teaching people how to like
be introspective.
Be introspective. That's the word. Is it the word I'm looking for? I think so.
That's cool. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like how you could swing this to make money off of it.
Oh, I start making a class.
Yeah. Like I think that you are like talking to you like motivates me to like learn more about myself because you care so much about it, and I think that like the reasons you want to like look deeper inside, know more about yourself, like are healthy reasons, and like everyone could use that, use some of that.
Thank you. It's very lovely.
You're welcome. And I can teach you how to ignore red flags.
Honestly, I probably need that, like genuinely.
I think it's not ignoring them, it's that it's accepting the fact that everyone has them.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Like it's just kind of like seeing like the potential instead of just giving up on it straight away.
Yeah. No, I think I've gotten a little better with that. I definitely ignored a lot of red flags.
Yeah.
In a lot of situations.
Even after acknowledging them. Like you knew that they were there and you didn't ignore them, but you accepted them.
I accepted them.
And continued to...
But that's the problem with that is I wasn't able to like fully commit to them.
Yeah, because they weren't like, you know, if they're not the person, they're not the person, but like at least you try.
Yeah, but I wish I could be... I'm trying to like think of editing purposes. How whatever. I just won't talk about it. But I was going to say like I wish like I could still date someone and not have to like in my head be like I have to like see myself ending up with them. You know what I mean?
I think everyone you date, you kind of have to see some potential in it. Otherwise, like, I mean, maybe not.
Some people just date to date.
Yeah, some people just date to date. But why do you want to do that? Like, what makes you feel like what are you missing out on?
No, that's the thing is I actually, like, ideally would like them not to be the person I marry, like ideally. But I can't, if I don't see it, I'm going to still look for it. That's the thing. Like, I'd be worried I'd like cheat on them, or I'd be worried that like
would it be like fully there?
Like I worry I'd like self-sabotage it because I'm like, well, you're not my person anyways. So I would if I want to like date you, like I want to like give you like my full like I fuck with you, like you I fuck with so much that I'm not gonna fuck with anyone else. And if I do that, I have to like kind of think like I might end up with you. Otherwise, I don't really feel the need to like fuck with you that much. Yeah. So I'll like always have like kind of.
I feel like that's like I am. Like, would you say that I'm like that too, or like? Like, I think that that's like normal, but you have a lot more like requirements for what makes you like see potential in someone.
I think that's what it is.
Like, it's just more specific things.
Yeah.
Where for me, it's kind of like I don't know what I want.
Yeah.
So it's like I guess that's why it's like easier for me to like fall for someone, is because I'm kind of like falling for like the idea of this new life that's like, oh, this is a whole new thing than what I imagined before. You know, like it's a whole new future that like the way the future looks changes with the person you end up with.
Yeah.
But I think you have like an idea, like a pretty solid idea of what your future is going to look like, what you want it to look like. And like that heavily relies on like the person you end up with.
See, maybe that's to my detriment, because like maybe that's an imaginative situation that I'm trying to like pit someone. I actually considered this the other day, because I very much like love imagination stuff, and I'm like kind of starting to realize how it's affected my life. It actually has in like certain ways, like a lot more than I thought. And like I'm actually starting to worry if my imagination, like how I like view like it, like in my head, this is like one thing. I imagine the guy I end up with to be very creative, and I can't tell if I just like truly know that's what's gonna make me happy. Maybe that's true. Maybe I have to be with someone creative. Maybe that's true. Maybe I don't. Maybe the guy works in like fucking, maybe he's a lawyer, you know what I mean? And not creative at all, and just by the book guy. And we just have great, like, but I'm like set that he is going to be a creative guy, and not just creative, he's going to be like a creative genius. Like he has to be a creative genius, like so sick. The coolest guy I've ever met. That's as soon as I meet him, I'm gonna date him. But that's like literally what I'm looking for, and I ignore all of these other people that don't quite like fit in that.
They don't qualify.
I can't tell if it's like my imagination getting into play, or if this is. I imagine myself with a guy like that. I do. I imagine myself in a situation like that, where I'm like, we just like live in this really obscure home together, and he designed it because he has better taste than me. Like I just want him to be like so sick. See, this is like, is this just in my head? Like, is this like, you know what I mean? Or is this valid? Or do I know exactly what I want?
Yeah.
I don't know the answer. I don't know like what's true and what's not.
I think you'll just know, but like you'll learn from experience. Like you'll find someone who falls into that category, and then you're just like, you realize that's not what you need in order to be happy, or like, you know, maybe you do just meet the guy who like you've kind of like created.
Yeah. I feel like I'm manifesting him. I feel like he'll exist one day.
Yeah.
I think so.
He doesn't exist yet, but
maybe he exists. And I don't know. There's so many friend groups.
He's got to be out there, unless you're like going to date down. He's going to be a lot younger than you if he doesn't exist yet.
He'll be like 4 to 5 years older.
Yeah.
No, specifically. See, this is the problem. That's all part
How
of
tall?
At least, I'm not going to be like crazy. Obviously, I would love for him to be like 6'10". Like, I would love like.
Oh yeah, you're just like as tall as they come.
As tall as they come.
Yeah.
That's like ideally in my head. As tall and big as they come. That is like perfect for me.
Yeah.
But I'm fine 6'2" and above.
Yeah. I'm going to give you most guys that are creative geniuses are 6'2" and weigh 112 pounds.
That's fine with me.
So you can get tall, but
I'm willing to sacrifice on the body for creativity. Because creativity is like someone who's creative and passionate and like has nuance to them and aren't some copy of like every other guy in LA. Like he's like something like different. That's what I'm looking for. And there's nothing cooler than that to me.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like looking for a guy that's
like
just
an original person,
just
like an individual
guy that's just so cool. Like that's like who's just blows me out of the water, and I'm so intimidated by them because they're so sick. And that's what I'm looking for. And I won't rest until I do. But I can't tell if I'm like self-sabotaging. I can't.
I don't think, I mean, like, you're allowed to, like...
I know I'm allowed to, but should I?
Yeah.
Maybe my person isn't like that. Like,
Yeah.
there's a chance. Like, why am I so hung up on this fucking creative boy? Why do I need this? I don't know.
I mean,
do you have, like, a guy in mind for yourself? Like, when... Like, I'm actually curious now. Like, do you, like, envision... What do you envision for your future, if you envision anything?
I don't have, like, a specific person that I envision for myself.
Interesting. Is there any vague idea?
There's, like, qualities that I know I need.
What are some?
Like, qualities like, I see myself ending up with someone who has a lot of different... I don't know. I guess someone like me, like, that doesn't have to have, like, a certain future figured out. Like, it's just kind of down to, like, go with the flow of life. Like, it has to be, like, there has to be, like, uncertainty there. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if I would ever end up with someone who, like, lived by the book, because then it would, like, I become, like, so much of my partner when I'm with them. Like, our lives, like, I feel like I just kind of, like, intertwine with people. And I feel like I would end up, like, feeling bored in my life. Mm-hmm. Selfishly, I feel like it would have to be someone who is, like, able to be spontaneous, like, forever. Yeah. Like, just, like, was the same where they couldn't be in the same place, couldn't do the same thing forever. Yeah. But, like, aside from that, like, what I think I want, like, is always changing.
But you don't have, like...
What I'm attracted to is, like, literally I find out in the moment when I'm attracted to it. And I'm like, oh, see, I love this about them.
This is good. This is, like... I like that, like, openness to persuasion. That's nice.
Yeah. I'm definitely, like, open to different types of people, clearly.
I'm open to different types of people. Every single guy I've ever liked...
He just has to be tall, hunky, and creative.
No, that's the thing.
A creative genius.
Every guy that I've liked is so different from each other. Like, one is a dork. One is, like, emo. Like, emo, edgy. Like, one is, like... They're all so different from each other. The only through line is that they're all nice. Really good, sweet guys. Mm-hmm. But...
A good heart.
Good inside. Mm-hmm. That are cool. But I think it's just, like... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
You're cutting out every part where I have this thing in this shot. This is the most embarrassing thing I've ever done, is become addicted to this.
That's not that bad. I mean, obviously I would like to.
It cringes me out. Like, it really does.
Have you had it for a while?
I used to only, like, smoke these when I was drinking. Right. And then I was like, I did not understand how someone could smoke it sober. They just make me feel like nauseous looking at it. Yeah, that just changes. Crazy how that happens. Yep. Nicotine, bitch. It sneaks up on you. It's crazy.
I would, like, literally walk by smokers when I was young, like...
Yeah. Same. We all fucking did that. Yeah. Always.
Starbucks is very close.
Okay.
Do we keep talking or do we wrap it up?
Should we just think of one more thing? Like, what's something like, okay, what did we talk about in our last podcast? Like, what's everything we covered?
I don't know what we talked about. You have to do an accent as well.
Oh, yeah, you do have to do an accent, please. Like, the most outlandish accent that you can think of. Like, yeah, let's go, like...
Jersey Shore.
That's the hardest one. Is
Scottish.
It's like that vibe.
What's the question?
The crazy things that influencers do and don't talk about.
That's a good question.
It is a good question, but, like, also...
Because you know there's some.
There's some, but, like, none of them, I feel like, the ones that come to mind are, like... Couldn't say.
Right.
Or they're boring.
Right.
How to get the shot, like...
Right, yeah. It's like, you're just like...
I'm cold.
Now I'm, like, shivering.
Use that.
You tell him hi, right? Like this. You just need sunglasses.
Literally. Wait, can you grab the throw on my bed?
Yeah.
We just
Get 2 pairs of sunglasses, please. The biggest pair you can find. This is better. This is like...
this is so... Our chai latte is...
I found a random sweater, I'm gonna put it on.
That's cool.
Right? Yeah.
That one's really soft.
It is is what I saw.
We got really cold. Our chai lattes made us cold. One of our questions people wanted us to answer was how to deal with toxic friends. Just threw that out there.
Nobody asked that.
Should we light it? Should we smoke a little bit more? You're a genius.
Oh my god. I love that for him. And for her.
Me too. I mean, she can do so much better.
Yeah.
So much better. But, teach their own.
I need to like shiver really hard really quick. You know what I mean? Like I gotta get it out. I feel like that helped.
I feel like it helped. Would you ever like convert religions if someone wanted you to?
I mean, I guess it depends on why. Like,
Probably right. What if they just asked?
Probably.
Dude, I've had 2 friends convert to Judaism.
Yeah, I was about to say.
For the right
I could
reasons,
see myself
obviously.
if I was dating someone Jewish and like it was important to their family that I converted, but like they didn't really care, that I don't ever see myself being religious, you know, and it was kind of just like, you could do this if you want to, but my mom said I can only marry a Jewish girl. Then like,
Yeah.
maybe, but then it would just be doing it to like
Appease someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't see.
Because it's not.
I just feel like is it even like worth it then, like to like convert to a religion and say that you are something that you aren't? Like if I wasn't gonna like take it seriously and practice it, like I don't know.
Well, you'd have to take it seriously, like to. Or yeah, should I put this in here? I mean, you'd have to take it seriously for it to like successfully like pass, like to become to trend.
That's
transition.
true. Yeah.
Like you have to learn Hebrew a little bit.
Yeah, there are steps to that. I forget.
You have to take like a full like course almost.
Yeah.
Sophie's converting to Judaism.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
This is some ASMR. My chai grab, and that's a motorcycle.
Those noises are just like not. Now we've just gone into like the awkward noises segment. I'm like, sneezing and coughing and like slurping.
2 girls wrapped in blankets doing ASMR. You're like, people are gonna love this podcast.
That's good. Sorry.
Alright guys, it's been 4 hours. Let's get a button on this. Let's get a button on this.
It has not.
It's been 4 hours.
I'll never put out like a 2-hour podcast longest, and then I just drop a 4-hour podcast on people.
Okay, so let's just go with the influencer thing. See if you can think of anything.
What's the dumbest thing you've seen someone in LA do? It's pretty broad. This was
Yeah,
my
that's-
number one like.
I grew up in LA
TikTok
pretty much,
comment.
so the dumbest thing you could see someone in LA do. That's the number one liked one.
Yeah. Influencers specifically.
Oh, the influencer one. Oh yeah. No, it was just like, what do influencers do? Like, what was it? What are crazy things influencers do that they don't talk about? Yeah. It's different than dumbest.
What's even like an influencer? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't really think of it like that.
I don't think there's like
There's
a
some
niche
girls-
for that anymore. It's kind of like everyone to some extent like.
Well, no, that's what like there's so many influencers that I can think of, but I wouldn't like say like I'm friends with any of them really. You know what I mean?
They're just people you know.
They're just people on TikTok and stuff. But maybe they look at us like that. Who fucking knows? But I don't really look at myself like an influencer. because I'm so bad at posting content.
Yeah.
Like, I think of influencers as people who like that's like how they look at their job. Like they post consistently. They have a formula. Like they like do a bunch of like, I don't know. I just kind of like, maybe I'm a fucking influencer and I don't even know it. Maybe that's how people look at me. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But I don't really look at myself like that. I don't know. So that's when I think of influencers. I think of like beauty bloggers. But I look at them. I think of like those girls that like, you know, that girl on TikTok that like makes clothes.
No.
Cool. I look at like influencers. Who the fuck's an influencer? Is Charlie D'Amelio an influencer? Is that an influencer? What even? That's the right.
Yeah.
What the fuck is an influencer? Is it just someone with followers? Is that an influencer?
That's the thing is like I feel like everyone's considered an influencer who has
Is that it? That's
platform.
the only prereq.
Because they're influential. But like it didn't used to be not like it didn't always used to be called that.
So it's anyone with Instagram. That's an influencer. Is that an influencer, Sam?
Anyone with like followers online or like
What would you define?
I feel like a
But what if they don't-
substantial following?
a substantial following?
Like if you're like, even if you're posting all the time and you have like, 500 followers.
Yeah. Then you're not really influencing enough people
obviously
to be considered
It was
it.
obviously someone with followers.
Yeah, she goes, anyone with an Instagram, Sam, would you say? Anyone who has the app on their phone?
I'm saying like
Very
I thought that was implied. I'm sorry, that's my bad. But
Yeah.
I mean like someone. I think I'm too high. Sorry. No, give me a second. I'm gonna get this.
I think an influencer what I consider an influencer is someone whose main job is to do that. Is to
Influence
online in particular, right? Mm-hmm. Because like musicians who have a lot of followers, or models who have a lot of followers, or actors, like
That's what
they're
I mean.
still
Like
influential
social
people.
media people, like social media people. That's
So-
kind
but,
of
like,
what I
is
look
it
at. Influence.
specific to people who do only social media, or like anyone who?
That's what I was. That was my
like that's
question.
like a blurred line.
Was that?
Like because I've gotten
that's why I was
booked for
like, is it
jobs where it
anyone
says
with,
talent
like-
influencer, and then I've gotten booked for
Yeah.
But I'm like,
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Like, who is an influencer? Like, Charlie. That's my. Is Charlie? That's an influencer, I guess. She's.
I would say
Okay.
Charlie D'Amelio's.
What am I saying? She's like the influencer. I'm fucking stupid. I don't know like what's what. Like, I don't spend my time categorizing.
Yeah.
Like who the influencers are and who like the. Because what? She's also a dancer. Like she's
Yeah.
a dancer too. Like I don't get it.
I know, that's why, like, I don't understand,
And she's also
like,
like does reality. Like I don't like like what is who is what the fuck is. Is everyone with Instagram followers an influencer? I guess in a broad term, yes. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Is yes. Anyone with Instagram followers is technically an influencer. It's just like some people are just that, I guess, too, as well.
Yeah.
Not in a negative way. Just that sounds kind of rude, but I mean, just like they don't
That's
have
their
another
main
job. Yeah.
Cold, right?
We're
Get a button on this, ladies.
we're almost done. You look so cute.
I was trying to drink. I was about to drink the microphone.
Scarlett looks like literally so cute.
I know, pretty perfect.
I'm literally gonna ball my eyes out.
I'm gonna leave.
What do you watch on like TikTok?
Wait,
What's
can you start over?
What does
Hold
your
on, don't stay stuff yet.
what does your For You page look like?
On TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have like a good like curated For You page yet. Do
What
I?
do you mean? Do you not go on TikTok that often?
I do more recently. Like now I do. I
That's,
love
like,
TikTok now.
Anyone who's not like addicted to TikTok, because I'm fucking so addicted. I'm like, wow, I look at you like a different person. I'm so fucking addicted.
Anyone who isn't addicted, you look at weird or?
No, I'm like, wow, like I remember what it was like before I was not addicted to TikTok.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, it's just it pulls you in so much.
It's
I have to
crazy.
make rules with it, so I literally don't go on it too much. Like I literally have rules
Do you
with
set
it.
like a time on your phone?
I just don't go past a certain time of night anymore. But I've like kind of I like instilled that. I'm so strict, and then I for some reason I'm not right now, but I will get back into it.
You go through phases
Yeah.
where I'll be like on my phone in bed and I'll be falling asleep. My eyes will be closing while I'm scrolling, and then I'll be like, "Ugh, wake up," and then keep scrolling. I was,
know,
like,
that's
just
crazy.
asleep. And I literally woke my ass up to continue scrolling. I don't even know what I looked at for the past hour. Like,
You know what I call that? I call that eye masturbation. Like you're literally jacking off your eyes. Like I'm not kidding. That's how I look at it.
No, that's actually
all
so.
you're fucking doing. Is it's your
I'm not absorbing anything. Just
literal. It's nothing. It's literally nothing. It's crazy. We're all obsessed with it. It literally it feels like you get pleasure in your eyes. I'm not kidding. That's why I call it why I think it's like that.
Damn.
Because it also kind of hurts.
It does. Your eyeballs hurt.
Mm-hmm. It's this weird pleasurable feeling.
Yeah.
In your eyes. Also, when you rub your eyes, it feels really good.
Yeah. It really does. We're going lower with this.
Give us an accent.
On masturbation. Let's just
Give us an
I'm not
accent.
doing an accent. The accents live and die with me.
Or you could say,
No.
because you've been friends for a really long time, the first thing that you each thought about each other, and then if it's still true today,
Okay.
that could be your end note.
All right. What was the first thing I thought of Scarlett? You mean after I knew her?
I just guess
first impression based off of
yeah, it could be
Okay.
how.
her and then after
Okay,
you
first
said one
impression,
sentence.
I thought Scarlett was so sweet and kind and lovely and just cool, normal gal. That's what I like.
Oh, I thought it was normal.
In a good way, the best way.
It's
Do
so
you still
nice.
think that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, her first impression is pretty true to how she is, kind of thing.
Do you think that a lot of people
I think that's just
feel that way?
a genuine person. I think some people just what you see is what you get. That's how
Yeah.
I feel. Some people aren't what you see is what you get.
That's true.
I think I just met a really nice girl and you ended up being a really nice girl. You know what I mean? You just were who you were.
Yeah, I
Which
would
was
say the same
Scarlett,
for
yeah.
you. You've consistently been what I first thought of you,
What was
which
that?
was I think we talked a lot. I'm trying to think, was it at Warwick or was it at that party that
I don't
we
know.
talked?
I actually don't remember.
I remember us talking at Warwick, I think, and we were like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy I met you." I feel
Did we say that?
yeah, I remember this moment
Stop,
so
no
specifically.
way.
We were grab each other's shoulders, and we were like, "Dude, we have so much in common. You're so we need to hang out." And you're like, "I just moved to LA," but I remember that conversation and being like, "I'm gonna be friends with this girl for sure," and those moments that are you remember it for a reason, even though it's I do that 100 times, 100 times a night out. For some reason, stuck, because I was I knew, I was oh, this is this is someone for some reason she's gonna be in my life.
I have a memory like that, but it wasn't this one. This I don't. My memory's so bad, but I remember something similar. We were on the Rocks, and I think it was Dylan or someone in his friend group, and I remember in that back room, not the Nicholson room, not the one upstairs, but the back one, and someone goes, "Is this your best friend or something?" And you look at me, and we had just started being friends, and you go, "Yeah." And I remember being "Oh my god, stop! We're best friends now." I remember that.
That's so
being
cute.
This girl's my best friend. We're best friends. That's so sweet.
Aw, I love that.
No, that's sweet.
I wish-
We both have a different one. I like
Yeah.
that we remember different ones because I don't even Did you even remember that?
No, I don't remember that. But it doesn't feel that I believe you. We used to run on the Rocks every night.
You ran to the ground.
We used to go there way too much.
Dude, way too much. That was one of my favorite places. In LA.
That was actually such a fun part of my life.
It was
I had
a perfect bar, a perfect besides
Yeah.
that death staircase. Where if
Yes.
you just one
Step.
luckily,
You
never-
are breaking your
I
neck.
never fell down that, but I remember being this is terrible.
People have died in this very stairwell. I could tell.
Clothes
I
on
could sense it.
stilts. What is this?
It's so true.
I loved that back room too. That was so
The back room, with the little lights
through
and
the
stuff.
closet and
Oh, the upstairs in the wardrobe.
upstairs, yeah.
Yeah.
That was sick.
I know, like we just felt so special. We were like just
Yeah.
like being up there because it was like our own little spot
Yeah.
that like we could hang out.
It's such an iconic part of LA. Like, I'm sure like so many people have such great experiences there.
Yeah.
You know, like I think it's like touched so many people in that way.
It's just fun having like a regular spot where you
Yeah.
like go and you just know you're gonna have a good time because
Yeah.
it's like the spot you go with your friends, like that feeling of
And it goes like so in and out of like being popular and relevant. So it's like you get it for a period of time because a whole other friend group doesn't think about it. So it's yours for a
Yeah,
minute.
no, exactly.
And then you give it away to somebody else.
Yeah,
And then it's
pass
yours
it on.
again one year, you know, when no one
Yeah.
else is coming except your friends for some reason.
I feel like people have been having parties and stuff there more often
Recently,
now.
yeah.
I'm like, I love
know.
this.
Does Medford still run the door? Like the
I think so. I think he does. And
Yeah.
Barry.
Barry I've probably met like maybe close to 70 to 100 times in my life. Like if I'm being realistic.
He has no idea who you are.
None. No.
We're like, oh my god, Barry. He's just like has no idea we exist.
I love it. I like really love it. It gives me like it's like
It's humbling. It
No,
really is.
it's like it's humbling, but it's just like I like love that you don't give a shit. Like you don't give a shit about me, her, anything. You don't give
No,
a shit about
you're doing your job.
You are just living for the moment, and I fucking love you. There's not many people like that anymore. There's not many people that don't care as much as Barry cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not swayed by like
Not swayed
that's
by-
the glamour.
No, I love it. I literally love it. It's amazing.
Barry doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't give a shit.
He's way too cool.
Are we
Yeah.
dedicating this to Barry?
I'm like worried about getting sued. Ignore me. This is where my paranoia kicks in.
Yeah.
I'm paranoid of like that kind of stuff.
Getting sued for mentioning someone
Yes.
who will never see this.
I don't really go out anymore. I should probably get back into it. I go out, like I wish, like I don't go out the way I used to. I go out and go home. Like I
Yeah.
used to go out and have fun.
Yeah.
That used to be my life.
Yeah.
And I would just go to wear the outfit that I bought that week because I got new clothes that week and I wanted to wear them. So that's my incentive to move out of my apartment. And then I see people for 15 minutes and then I go home and take my makeup off and smoke weed and go to bed.
Yeah. That is your pattern.
That's my
The good
that's
old
my
Irish
habitual routine. Yeah.
If Charlotte disappears for 5 minutes, someone goes, oh, where's Charlotte? I'm like, she's in the bathroom calling an Uber. I'll be right back. And 10 out of 10 times I am right. 10 out of 10.
Hope you guys talk because you won't see her.
Yeah.
She's out of here.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's probably, I don't know what that is. I used to enjoy it. Do you still have fun when you go out? I thought this was me just finding interest in different things. Or
I think it's, yeah. I think that we've, like, maybe kind of overdone it at one point, too. And, like, you can't recreate, like, the experiences you've had.
Yeah.
Like, and now it's, like, I would say, like, I have fun going out.
Yeah.
When I'm pickier about it. But, like, the nights that I'm just like, oh, yeah, like, I'll just, like, go out because I want to see people and I, like, keep going out. I don't, cut this out. I sound like rude.
No, you're fine.
But,
Whatever.
But do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like 9 out of 10 times
Also,
you're
so
just
many
trying
people
to
go out.
have...
Like, that's like the culture. Where
Oh, yeah.
Like, don't even drink.
Like, it's like if you want to socialize, you're going to probably go out of the house and go somewhere where you're drinking, which is going out. But, like, 9 out of 10 times, I feel like you're trying to, like, capture that, like, 1 out of 10 time night that, like, you have a really great time. Like, the right people end up being there and, like, everyone ends up being on a good vibe and, like, you know what I mean? But, so, like, I do have fun going out. But...
I think it's also partially back to like the drinking thing. Like I don't really enjoy drinking that much, so that's probably why. I'm losing all of these things I used to like, drinking and partying. Dude, actually, I'm not kidding, is like annoying because I'm not the one facilitating that change. Something inside me is. So it's like annoying that I didn't get to decide this and now I'm just like suddenly like have to go home now.
Yeah, like you didn't shut the door on.
Yeah, I didn't.
Party
Shut the door on me, and like it literally is so boring. I wouldn't. That's another. I wouldn't benefit more or less if it was still there. Like I'd still be like doing the same amount of reckless behavior with going out or not. Like, not in that way, just like in a way of like, what, I'd come home and like be on fucking TikTok. Like, what's the big deal? I could also be out having fun. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like that big of a fucking difference. But I just can't do it. Like, I don't know why. I need to investigate this. I like really thought about it, and I think it's just, I don't know. It's probably something sad. That's probably it.
You're like, I probably don't want to know the answer.
It's probably something I can't change.
Yeah.
Do you sweat? Do you get like pit stains?
These questions are just getting more and more profound.
The hours roll by.
Do you?
Yeah. Like a normal amount, I think. I never used to sweat a lot. But like if I'm wearing a shirt that goes like up into my armpits, I'll get pit stains.
Yeah.
We're still filming.
Alright.
Do you have nail polish remover?
In my middle cabinet.
In the middle cabinet.
Between the closet and the bathroom, like that thing.
The middle cabinet between the closet and the bathroom.
Let's see if she figures it out. Is she? She got my vision. Did you find it?
Yeah.
There she goes.
Did she-
Quick as a whip.
Yeah. God, they don't make it like that anymore, do you guys?
Like the blonde hair boy.
If you were a color, how loud would you be? Someone asked me that the other day.
How loud of a color?
Yeah, like neon or pastel.
I'd be the color purple.
Like a pastel purple
Or
or
orange.
Like a neon orange or a pastel orange?
Don't neither.
Or, yeah, what?
That's how loud it would be.
A medium orange.
Okay.
I would see you as like more of like a deep red
As
Yeah.
me?
gal. Yeah.
A burgundy.
Right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
We both see the same color for you.
That's crazy. Literally? No, that's so interesting. I never would have thought that.
Yeah.
Why? Now I must know. Is it because I'm depressing?
I don't think it's like loud, but I don't think it's I don't know, a deep color probably because you're deep.
Wow.
Burgundy is like it's earthy. It's deep,
Yeah.
It's like rich.
It's like royal. It's kind of like it's a very like bold color without being like loud and obnoxious.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm into
Exactly.
Yeah,
this.
but not a
Everybody's selling
quiet
me
color.
on
It's not
this.
boring.
I'm getting sold.
What color would you say I am?
Pink.
Oh my god.
Bubblegum pink. That's how I look at you though. Like a perfect flower. I really do.
I take back the royal burgundy.
Or sky blue.
I can see that.
What would you say
That's
for her?
nice too. I think sky blue. Yeah. Or like a lilac.
That was Charlotte's color. The color she thought she was.
I could see you as green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whichever green. So interesting.
I think like a forest green.
Okay,
like
like
bright
that.
enough that
I
it's
like
still
that.
like, but not like
Not
obnoxious.
Yeah.
Are we reading each other's auras? Is that what we're doing?
How do we find out what our actual auras are?
Can we Google what colored auras mean and find out what all of our things are?
Yeah.
What does like sky blue aura mean?
Okay.
Here we go.
Red, well-rounded, energetic, strong-willed. And then, what did we say for Scarlett? We said for blue.
And pink. I still stand
Blue is intuitive, a spiritual, free thinker. There's no pink on here. The closest would be violet, perhaps. Wise, intellectual, independent.
Is for what?
Violet.
Okay.
Green is social, communicator, nurturing.
I feel like these are all pretty accurate.
Yeah. I feel like this is a horoscope thing.
Yeah.
Like, you can just throw anything at it.
You could kind of like relate to anything that they say.
You're like, I am strong.
Yeah.
Unless we can really make that tough decision with such tact.
How do you usually close off? Signing off.
Thank you, Scarlett, for coming on this podcast. I hope this isn't the last time. What'd you say?
It wasn't the first and it won't be the last.
Way to bring that up. And that's it.
Thanks for having me, Charlotte. You're an incredible host. Thank you, Sam.
And goodbye.
Ladies! Wow. Some hard work out of you two today.